Hey, what's going on, everyone? Kind of wanted to do a follow up from my last videos to kind of give some context and a follow up, of course. First and foremost, I want to give thanks and shout out to San Joaquin Valley, the channel Audit the Law, and all the channels that go with it. Nate Skates, San Joaquin Jr. I follow all these guys. I've been following all these guys for a while, along with a lot of other videos that I watch that are First Amendment auditing or the like. So much thanks to San Joaquin though, for highlighting my videos. The first time I reached out to him, I didn't think, I'd imagine that he gets so much emails that mine's just get lost somewhere in the clutter. But I was surprised to know or to see that he responded, the same day, and that he took the priority to highlight my video. I don't think that I don't do it, like I said, to gain publicity or clout. I just want to highlight the experience for my own reasons. I want to see how I react, learn from my own interactions and everything like that. And at the same time, I upload it for you guys so that you guys can give your opinion. And I learned that way too, because I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of good information out there, and I looked into a lot of the stuff that you guys have sent, and I highly appreciate that, man. But back to it, as you know, I travel through this checkpoint daily. I'm actually going down the road right now, and as I was coming down, I see like all these hordes of people, and I'm talking about illegal people that just crossed the border, and they don't look Mexican, man. They don't look Hispanic to me. To me they look, I don't know, probably Haitian. They're dark. There's a lot of people that look like they're coming from the Middle East, like India, or Asia. So that's not the Middle East, but people from India and stuff like that. It's surprising because I hadn't seen this before. And I don't get into politics enough to say, it's this president or that president. To me, it's all the same. But it's I say that to say one, I don't take for granted what Border Patrol does. I know that there's a lot of things that they do that are good, deal with trafficking, and a lot of these people that work for Border Patrol, the agents that I interact with, they're just like me and you, man. They're people too, and I get that. For the most part, I try to treat everybody with respect, but if I don't, I'm not gonna just hand out my respect like that. It's a good way to get taken advantage of, and I have been respectful, and I've complied with these guys, and they still take it far enough to where they put me into their cell and incarcerate me. That's nothing new to me, so the fact that I have all these people on here saying, how easy it is just to comply and show ID, okay, first of all, I did show ID, and I was still investigated. And even when I was polite and I didn't raise my voice and I didn't get quote unquote aggressive, they still, found reason to put me into their cell. So it's regardless, it's the same outcome. The first time it happened to me, that I always bring up, I didn't have the wits to record. I didn't know that I could do that. I was 21 at the time, and this was over 12 years ago, man. I didn't know, I wasn't privy to all this knowledge that, thanks to San Joaquin and all these other channels, that I now have that knowledge, and I can't put it in practice unless I interact with these guys, and I'm not looking for these interactions, right? I'm looking to avoid these interactions. So my experience only goes as far as that, right? And like I said, I'm not gonna go out and purposely look to talk to them or interact with them in such manner. So, I'm just trying to go about my day, man, and that's it. I get upset because they're refraining me from continuing. Like I got shit to do, man. And yeah, everybody's got shit to do. Check this out. There's people right here. Look at this. Just walking. They're not Mexican though. Like what the fuck, bro? And like, this is what upsets me. Like, BP, it's got, I know they're busy with that crowd of people, but I only saw like one or two vans. There's like one girl and maybe two other agents at most. Like I counted at least 5 at the border, checking documents, people who were crossing legally. But you got 3 over here dealing with 100, and I'm talking about 100 there in one site. You had still another 20 people over here on the side of the road with backpacks, cell phones, chilling. Like, what the fuck? Where do they get these phones from? Like, and the other question is, like, I seen, what do they do with these illegal immigrants? Like, like they just take them back to Mexico? I mean, they're not Mexican, right? So what? They just pick them back out to Mexico? Like, what's going on, man? I get, their shit's crazy right now, man. There's a lot of things going on that maybe us as a public, we're not aware of, right? And they have inside information, probably not able to disclose. I don't want to know. That's not my business, I don't get involved with either side, so I try to stay away from it. I got a family I got to take care of, that I'm responsible for, so I gotta focus on that, and that's it, man. Really, I come down here because I got family up here, man. At the time, I got business that I want to take care of. At some point, I'd like to buy some property down here. So I have roots in this area. So I'm never gonna it's gonna be always tied to me. So I feel like I'm all me, and the legacy I leave behind, is gonna have, whether I like it or not. I don't necessarily love this area. It's very beautiful, but whatever, man. Like home is where family is, so that's where my family is. And so yeah, man. The upsetting part is that that I can't, man. I consider myself to be patriotic, because I love this country, man. I love where I grew up. I love what everything has taught me. Life is a roller coaster, man. It goes up and down, and sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's not. But you gotta embrace every moment as it comes. You can't just always hold yourself down, even in the hard times. You gotta embrace those moments, man, because those hard times is what make the good times like feel great. You know what I mean? Because they go hand in hand. So it just sucks that I can't get along with like my countrymen, man. Like I said, I always try to be respectful to them, but I get it. If they suspect me as being a criminal, if they suspect me smuggling, I don't know why. I don't think I carry myself as such. If I look maybe too Hispanic too Mexican for them, I've had an agent, literally I'm crossing with my cousins and my wife, and he goes, "What's your nationality?" And I say, "U.S." And he ducks down, like gets eye level with me because he's outside, he's standing up, and he goes, "De qué país eres?" And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, U.S. What the fuck? Like, and so I was like, what? Taken back, and he's just like, okay, like, and everybody else is. I'm like, what was that, bro? Like that shit was. And then on another occasion, it was me and my cousin, and like my cousin has tattoos all over his face, has long hair. He's like 6 feet tall. He's pretty bulky, and this dude like ducks down and he like looks at me and he's like, "You two look exactly the same except for the tattoos." And I'm like, what kind of like prejudice, racist ass shit was that, dude? Like what? Was he trying to be funny? I get passive aggressiveness and like sarcasm, and that shit was just like, you tell me what he meant with that joke, you know? And I'm supposed to what? Take it lightly? Just, oh, haha, you're funny with your fucking racism. You know, like, what am I supposed to say to that? If I act up, if I tell them, oh, okay, whatever, and I say some shit back, they're gonna get upset. They're gonna search me. All of a sudden, I'm smuggling. All of a sudden, the dog hits. You know, so what do I do? You know, like, I'm supposed to just, oh, bravo, you're funny as fuck, dude. You know, like, and keep going. Like, no, bro, they could be disrespectful to me. They could do all that shit, and I can't do, you know, I can't defend myself. I can't speak for myself. Like, nah, man, you also have to, it comes a point to where you have to realize that, like, you got to put a stop to that shit, man. Just because they have a badge, you know, and like, it doesn't give them any authority over you unless you're committing a crime, you know. Man, I highly recommend for anybody who hasn't taken the time to read the Constitution, to read the laws, you know, and educate yourself on how to defend yourself, at least what to say, what not to say. And I know I could be a big example of what not to say, right? What not to do. You know, maybe it's better to just go through and shut up and be quiet, you know, and maybe I need to put that in practice. But I'm learning, man, you know, and I highly advise you guys to do the same thing. You know, I'm gonna continue to record my interactions. I'm gonna continue to, you know, try to educate myself about what I can and how I can defend myself with and against, and you know, just continue to be a law-abiding citizen, man, because that's really the best thing that we can do to you know, be respected, you know, because if you don't know your rights, you don't have them, you know, and if you don't use them, then you lose them. So yeah, man, that's my take. You know, like I said, I don't have anything against these guys. You know, most of the time I come through here, I just pass right now. It's closed, you know, so it's no big deal. But when it is open and I pass by, you know, they're hounding me, man. Like, my car is clean, there's nothing, I'm not smoking, you know, like, well, they say, oh yeah, you know, you admitted to smoking. We never admitted to it, man. We never admitted to smoking weed. Maybe there was one time where we passed by and like maybe we had smoked and we smelled like it on our person, you know, and like, oh, you guys smell like weed. Like, yeah, we smoked, you know, maybe at wherever we were at. There's nothing on us, man. Like, so, like, you know, that we're in Cal, like, there's nothing illegal with what we're doing. I know some states and a lot of people with that are gonna be like, oh, you know, you're just a pothead, this and that. Like no, man. Like, I'm just trying to, like, just like maybe some of you guys drink. I don't drink, you know. I rarely ever drink, you know, and I'll do it when someone invites me, you know, and be like, hey, let's go grab a drink, or we're hanging out, maybe making a carne asada or something like that, you know. Like, yeah, I'll have a drink or two, but like, I don't do it. It's not a every weekend thing. Like, the last time I had a drink was maybe 4 weeks, a month, 2 months ago. I don't know, man. But like, you know, I'll smoke here and there, so you know, I don't think that's a big deal, you know, and it's legal, completely legal where I'm at, you know. So you know, you could judge me all you want, but you know, everybody's got their own flaws, you know. Everybody's got their demons, and you gotta, you know, I try to stay on top of mine, you know. So worry about yours, I'll worry about mine. But with that, you know, yeah, man, you guys stay safe, you know, educate yourself. Once again, shout out to San Joaquin. You're the man, bro. And I'm out.